So apparently, women are tired of the modern dating market.
Being a female in today's society, you just can't fucking win. If you fuck too many guys, okay, you're a slut, you're a whore, no one wants you. But then, if you're a virgin, it's like, okay, well, like, I can't hit, so, like, what's the fucking point of talking to this girl? Like, I don't want her either. But what really, really, really fucking pisses me off is when people tell me, Susie, you're too masculine. Like, what are you trying to compensate for? Like, why are you so angry, so volatile? You act like a fucking man. Why would a man want you? No shit, I'm fucking angry and masculine. When you go through shit, you change, you act different. But guess what? I love being masculine. I love the traits that I have. Why? Because the career I'm going into, I wouldn't even have if it wasn't for those traits. And guess what? Males are only intimidated by girls like that because they know that those types of girls will never fucking need them. Because those types of girls are 100% self-reliant. And it really pisses me off because then if you're not 100% self-reliant and you do depend on a guy, right? You know, but you look pretty, you do the dishes, you clean, well, then you're useless. And then you're a female that does nothing and you're a fuck maid, basically. Like, you act like they're fucking mommy.
Okay, that was a lot to go through. So apparently this woman feel that she can't really win, and she's obviously frustrated with the challenge of being a woman and trying to date in the modern world, and she complains about the standards that men put forward towards women in dating, saying that the standards that men have is just unrealistic. It's impossible. Well, is it men's dating standards that lead them to not being able to find a partner, or is it that she actually not willing to care enough about the man to find out what he truly cares about and what he wants and need? Which is the only way you can enter any sort of relationship is actually to care about the other person, to be caring. If you're not caring, you're not going to be in a relationship, right? I would argue that men's dating standards today are far lower than the standards women put forth towards men. 80% of men are unattractive to women, and we know this by studying how women behave on Tinder, for example. No one prefer a man below the average height, which includes 50% of men, because 50% of men is under the average height, and women don't like this man. So that excludes half of men already. So here's men's standards for a long relationship. This is just my advice for her to kind of enlighten her on what are men's standards. Is that you actually are respectful, you actually are loyal, you actually are feminine, and you're fun to be around. And from your video, I don't know, of course, you're a whole person and you have many different sides of yourself, but um yeah, these are the things that we want. As for beauty, it is well known that men date down. Men don't tend to date up in beauty unless they are filthy rich. They tend to choose kind of less attractive partners because that's what they can keep around. I think the true problem here is that she is a girl that do not want to meet those wants that men have. Uh, Basically, you're a good solid 4, and you're trying to date maybe 7 and 8s, and you're pissed off that you only get interest from 4s and maybe 5s. So that's the reality. She also says that that as a virgin, no man wants to be with you, which implies that she's not going for the man who actually seeks commitment. She's going for the men that absolutely do not want commitment, which is a proof that she's trying to marry up. And if you slept with many, many men, you're judged as a slut, and men don't want you, which is also a thing that she says. Well, could it be that she has created this dichotomy for herself because she's trying to cater to 2 different kinds of men? And she knows this deep inside. It's not like she's stupid. I think she just wants to go into the victim role, which is what you know radical feminist girls do. They go into the victim role to get some energy, to get something to complain about, and these kind of things. So it to me it seems like you just got aware of your own biological clock. You had your 20s to party and explore, and you probably explored different mans, and you build a career for yourself. And then when you're finally ready to settle down, to find a good man to marry, you can't really find it, and don't find anyone that wants to actually commit to you. Well, it's true that it is a lot of pressure towards women to socialize, to get the job, to have a success in career, and also become a mom, and it can be too late. And so there is a lot of pressure on women these days. But I want to argue that if this pressure comes for your own authenticity or individuality, or if you're actually subordinating yourself to the social idealism therein, the ideals within feminism. We already know that ideals within feminism isn't created to make women happy, but actually might in some cases destroy women, because they don't really authentically value what is the values within feminism. They value other type of things, but when everybody tell you that's how you're supposed to live your life, then you kind of don't live according to your own truth. So that was some things I had, some thoughts I had when I saw this video, and I hope you like it. I'll come up with more videos, because there's a lot to pick. So if you have anything you want me to comment on, please send it in, and I'll also comment on it.